nowadays it's not uncommon to hear about folks biking across the country, but back in the 40s, for a teenage girl to do this, well, it's pretty much unheard of. Her name was Norma Jean Belloff, and she biked from California all the way to New York. And Norma Jean's daughter has written a book about that journey. It's called Once Upon a Chariot, and this morning we welcome Iris Paris, the author of the book Once Upon a Chariot. Great to meet you and welcome to town.
I thank you very, very much for having me here, Leanne.
Tell us about this journey, because you're kind of retracing your mom's steps as well and talking to folks along Route 66.
Well, as you know, there's over about 400,000 books that are put in print every year. I live in the panhandle of Nebraska, and I really need to get my book to the people. Besides using the internet, I wanted to meet the people and share my book personally with them. So I decided to take a 2,000-mile bicycling journey in 40 days from Nebraska to Springfield, and then retrace part of her journey along Route 66.
Now, as we look at this map, this was the journey that she took. Tell us how that came to be.
Well, she lived in San Diego with her family, where her father had retired Navy man. She was 19, got out of school, and decided that she didn't want to get married right then. She didn't want to go to college. She didn't want to get a job. And so Mom and Dad said, "What are you going to do?" She said, "Perhaps I'll go and see Grandmother." Grandmother lives in Baltimore, Maryland. Therefore, actually, when she was 6 years old, she had thought of that idea. So this is really making a very, very long dream come true. And she always encouraged people to follow their dreams. That's part of the message of the book. She went south, and it took her a whole year to get to Baltimore, Maryland, because she only took $25 with her and had to stop and work all along the way.
Mm-hmm. And we have pictures here. I was going to show this, and then we've got a little video clip that we're going to take a look at as well. She made this trip all by herself, and really it was kind of a journey of the coming of age. But when she got to New York, something very interesting happened. She connected with someone. Tell us about that.
Yes, when she got to New York, she was actually quite famous by then. Newspapers had followed her all across the country. She was pretty and interesting. It was a very unusual journey. She was also a very friendly lady, and people really enjoyed her. When she got to New York City, Otto Eisel, who in 1994 was selected to be in the Bicycling Hall of Fame, met her in New York City. He hunted her down. He was currently training the men's Olympic cycling team right during that same time, and he found her, and the entire team and Otto talked her into establishing the first time ever women's world record for cross-country bicycling. They wanted her to go from New York to San Diego on Route 66. That was really the mother road then.
Right.
The best road to travel on.
Sure, and she did, and I mean the story is now documented in this new book, and I think I haven't read the book, but I think the concept is fascinating to think about in the 1940s, a teenager taking a bike trip. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess nowadays, the young lady who's 16 that was going to sail around the world. I mean, it's just kind of one of those dramatic things. Folks are going to have a chance to meet you, to purchase the book. Let me give them the details on that. It's happening tomorrow evening at the Barnes & Noble there at 41st and Yale. It's 7 to 8:30 p.m. And if you'd like more information, and there's plenty of video and just wonderful information at onceuponachariot.com. I think this could be a movie. It just has all the makings. Thank you so much for making one of your stops here in Tulsa.
I am very glad to be here.
Pleasure to meet you.